Greetings, I'm Espen Wold-Jensen, Australian Ninja Warrior Season 1 and Season 2 semi-finalist. Born and raised in the beautiful tiny little town of Arendal in the south of Norway. Been here in Australia for a beautiful 15 years. Now, if you were with me when I was a 5-year-old boy, you would have seen a young man growing up with a lot of pain and frustration. You see, when I was 5 years old, I heard a horrendous scream. And little did I know, ran into my little brother's bedroom, only to find him passed away in his bed. 2 years after my little brother Kevin passed away, my little sister Katinka was born handicapped. So I helped raise a handicapped little sister. And then when I finally left Norway and came to the beautiful Australia to learn how to help people and learn where sickness and disease came from and learn how to master this thing called health and well-being, I had another accident myself where I crashed a motorcycle and I broke both my legs and my back. Followed from that accident in 2006, I spent 2.5 years in and out of wheelchairs and surgeries fighting for my life with a life-threatening hospital infection. So by the time I came back for Season 2 of Australian Ninja Warrior, I had so much passion inside me to show the world that if I could recover and do this, then they could do it as well. So with that passion and inspiration, I ran up the wall, I hit the buzzer, and I became a ninja in my own life. Something quite interesting happened when I got to the fourth obstacle in the semi-finals. You see, I'd pretty much finished the floating pegboard. And as I lost focus and had a little brain fart, I let go of the final peg and actually fell in the water instead of landing on the platform. Now, I don't know about you, but I know in my life when obstacles happen, I can be quite upset and quite sad. And as we work so hard to conquer these mighty obstacles, when we do feel like a failure, we certainly feel quite sad and quite upset. But I always say that life doesn't happen to us, life happens for us.
And just quickly, congratulations are in order. You and your beautiful girlfriend Beck are expecting a baby boy, and I believe he was actually conceived on Ninja Warrior Island. Is that right?
Hang on a second.
Yes.
Spot on. So
What?
we got quite excited. I know the newspapers made a big thing out of it. This ninja baby conceived on Ninja Island, and then the journey of pregnancy started. Little did I know that the universe certainly had more obstacles to come for me. 9 months later, after Gunnar was conceived on Ninja Island during the semi-finals of Australian Ninja Warrior Season 2, we journeyed to the hospital to have the birth. And as the doctors and nurses rushed into the room to put all sorts of measuring devices on Rebecca, they discovered that his heartbeat was quite unstable. So I ran out, I was placed in a tiny little room, and through this tiny little window, all I could see was the doctors preparing for an emergency C-section. And eventually the two doctors looked at themselves and shook their heads. And in that moment, I realized that my son might be dying. My greatest fear had become real, because my greatest fear was, like my little brother dying, that my son would not live. So I fell to my knees, I collapsed, and I bawled my eyes out, and I looked up and I prayed to God. I said, "Dear God, please let him live, and if you let Gunnar live, I will spend the rest of my life showing him the state of unconditional love." And through quite a rough and violent procedure, they were able to save little Gunnar's life. Ever since that day when Gunnar survived, I dedicated myself to traveling the world and all over Australia, teaching people from children to adults what it really means to be a ninja. And over the last 12 weeks, we've had a chance to inspire 2,400 people at our live events, simply telling them the truth of what it really means to be a ninja. You see, it's not the obstacles that define us, but rather how we feel about them, what we believe about them, and how we respond to them that makes us who we are. If we can change the question from why is this obstacle happening to me to how might this obstacle happen for me, then every single person can live the life of being a ninja warrior. I wonder, are these guys a ninja? And that's why I'm back for Season 4, to inspire millions once again, to show them the beauty, the power, and the incredible ninja they already have inside.